We know what you're saying. There's no such thing as a megalodon. It died 65 million years ago. We get that. We're not trying to pull the wool over your eyes, alright? But check this out. Did you know that we've only explored approximately 5% of the oceans and seas? Megalodon, or the ancestors of this giant shark, could still be lurking in the mysterious depths of the ocean. Join us as we go on an adventure to explore the possibility of 5 megalodon caught on camera. Before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button to get notified every day for more amazing content. With that being said, let's begin. Number 5. Deep Blue. Many of you have heard or seen the giant great white shark nicknamed Deep Blue. If there are ancestors to the giant megalodon, then Deep Blue would surely be related to this giant prehistoric animal. Experienced diver Mauricio Hoyos Padilla posted the footage of the enormous great white shark circling divers in their cage on his Facebook in August 2015. In a matter of 24 hours, the great white shark became one of the most talked about white sharks on the planet. So, what's the story behind the footage? How big is she, really? When was the footage taken, and where did this incredible shark come from? At the time of filming, Mauricio was with a group of divers in the ocean off the coast of Guadalupe Island in Mexico, where you can find plenty of great whites during their prime hunting season. The shark came up suddenly from the deep and approached the cage looking like it wanted to take a bite out of the diver. Apparently, a team says that the shark was pregnant, which probably accounted for her very large girth. The female great white shark was estimated to be a staggering 7 meters, or about 23 feet long, but looks even bigger to us. The shark was later nicknamed Deep Blue because she appeared out of nowhere from the depths of the ocean. It's believed that a shark this big would have to be at least 50 years old, and she's estimated to have weighed at least 5,000 pounds. The hair-raising footage shows the shark swim up vertically towards the cage with the group of divers inside of it. The monster shark looped around the cage and came back, chomping its giant jaws at one of the divers behind the metal bars. The reason this shark came close to the surface was that researchers say pregnant sharks are likely to get close to the ocean shore and give birth closer to shallow waters. It's theorized that Guadalupe is a mating ground for white sharks, as from mid-October onwards, huge mature females are seen regularly, often with fresh mating scars down their flanks. Sounds like a good time. They also coincide their arrival late in the season with that of the Californian elephant seals, of which they feed on to stock up before making vast migrations along the Californian coastline. After a 2-year migration, these females are seen time and time again revisiting the island and beginning the whole cycle once more. Number 4. Great white sharks, Guadalupe Island. Guadalupe Island is a place that is famous for having the biggest great white sharks, and there's always a few of those sharks curious enough to take a look at what's inside a cage in their domain. There are many tour companies that offer the experience of a lifetime where you get into a scuba diver suit and get inside a steel cage which is lowered just below the waterline. Schools of fish are usually swimming around here, and the water seems eerily calm once you enter. That is usually when the great white appears out of nowhere. You can't see a great white shark coming until it gets really close. The reason for this is because white sharks are colored in a way described as countershading, which is common for many species of marine animals. It's basically a type of camouflage. While the top of a white shark can be gray, brown, black, or light gray, their bellies are clean white. But how does having a white belly camouflage a white shark? Well, animals looking down into the deep can't see the shark from above as the dark shade blends in with the ocean floor. And animals below a shark looking up can't see the shark because of the white belly blending in with the lighted surface of the water. We're talking about millions of years of evolution at work here. Great whites are considered social creatures that travel in a group called a school or a shoal. When one great white wants to take another's prey, both sharks will display various slapping demonstrations to discourage each other. They try to avoid fighting because just one bite may disable the shark permanently. Some other cool facts while you're watching these graceful predators is that great white sharks can detect 1 drop of blood in 25 gallons, or about 100 liters of water, and they can even sense even a little blood up to 3 miles or 5 kilometers away. They use their acute sense of smell to detect blood using an organ called the olfactory bulb, and they can move when they sense their prey or go to attack. In fact, great white sharks are very quick swimmers. They can swim at speeds of up to 15 miles or 24 kilometers an hour. Number 3. Shark number 3. Sometimes you have to see something to believe it, and the oceans are probably filled with some giant creatures we haven't seen yet, or perhaps we'll never see them. It's unknown who filmed this footage, but apparently they saw something in the water approaching them. About 30 seconds into the video, suddenly a great white shark appears. And not just any white shark, but one that looks to be at least 15 to 20 feet long. This great white shark appears to have a damaged nose as it swims by, perhaps from capturing its previous prey or running into a boat. Imagine how you would feel to suddenly see a monster of this size swim right past you. If you've ever seen the movie Jaws, then it might be terrifying to think that this shark could turn around and come after you, boat and all. Could this shark be a megalodon? Probably not, but the size of this monster shark would be enough to keep you in the boat. And speaking of staying in your boat, there are many times when fishermen have been in their boats when giant sharks decide to get curious. In January of 2018, a great white shark off the coast of Semaphore gave some guys on a boat quite a surprise. In the footage, you can see a shark circling the boat and checking out the guys fishing. We're not sure how big the shark in the film is, but the two fishermen could see that it was bigger than the boat. It's probably a good thing that a shark's brain isn't very big, or it could have easily done the Jaws thing. However, in one piece of footage, a great white does try to take a bite out of the boat that the fisherman is in, and in all these cases, the great white circled the boat as if they were waiting to either attack or wait for something tasty to fall over the boat. Number 2. Great white shark chomping on a steel cage. People love to go looking for giant sharks so they can get in a cage and hope to get lucky enough to find some curious, hungry sharks. Well, this diver found what he was looking for. A great white shark seems to come out of nowhere behind a school of fish while taking a look at what's going on around it. First, it sees the boat, and then it notices a cage with some tasty seal-looking humans inside of it. The shark looks to be about 15 feet or about 4.5 meters long. The shark probably weighs at least 1,000 pounds or more. Suddenly, the shark heads straight for the cage and tries to bite one of the bars. However, its long nose doesn't let its teeth get anywhere near the bar. It's interesting to know what the divers in the cage are thinking at this point, but then, as the 30 rows of razor-sharp teeth turn the other direction, the divers heard to begin laughter at either the excitement of the shark or the thrill of still being alive and not a midday snack. But the shark isn't finished just yet and turns to come back and try the chewy surprise inside the crunchy steel bar cage. Sharks don't have big brains, but that doesn't mean they won't try their best to eat something that probably invaded their territory. The shark then figures it's time to try to eat the boat, then immediately turns towards the cage. This time, it does get its mouth over the bar, but still can't get inside. It's interesting to note here that the sharks have a membrane that covers the eyes while a shark is hunting or even being attacked. This is why it's said that sharks go blind when in a feeding frenzy. When they're in this frenzy, they can attack and eat anything in their way regardless of what is unlucky enough to get close. The divers heard at the end being extremely happy that once again, this giant apex predator wasn't strong enough to get inside the cage. Number 1. The animal that ate a great white shark. In the depths of Australia's Southern Ocean, a great white shark is savagely attacked by a far larger mystery predator. An electronic tracking device attached to its fin records a high-speed underwater chase before the shark and its tag are devoured. 2 weeks later, after being carried in the belly of the unknown killer, the still-functioning tag is excreted and washed ashore, withholding clues that could reveal the identity of the shark's super predator. This is the story of a super predator's underwater attack that leads investigators to a mysterious natural phenomenon that attracts the ocean's most fearsome predators. It's obvious that something really big ate this apex predator, but what kind of creature could dine on such ferocious prey? The recovered tracking device showed a rapid temperature rise and a sudden 1,900-foot deep plunge. It stayed there for many days, moving around and occasionally ascending to go down again until it finally reached the shore. That's all the information that scientists gathered from the tracking device. The researchers believe the data shows that a super predator gobbled the shark, then swam down at high speed, and kept going on with its life. The recorded temperature indicates that the tracking device was inside the mysterious monster's digestive system until it got out. It was only after further study of the bigger migrating great whites that came into the area where the 9-footer was killed when they finally could guess the identity of the mysterious killer. The scientists claim their new research data matched all of the tracking information from the disappeared shark. The body temperature of these migrating great whites was the same, and the size of the cannibal great white shark, which they estimated to be 16 feet long and weigh over 2 tons, could easily pull off the same speed and trajectory captured in the tracking device. As for why a larger shark would cannibalize a smaller shark, there have been theories such as maybe it was a territorial dispute, perhaps even a hunger-induced attack. They say that it was simply a bigger shark that ate the other shark, but this shark would have to be huge, perhaps even bigger than Deep Blue. Or perhaps it might have been a megalodon hiding down in the deep and waiting for its prey. Alright, Top 5ers, if you haven't already, make sure to visit our other channel, The Brilliant, for even more interesting list videos that'll blow your mind. Oh, but I'm warning you, the videos over on The Brilliant are extremely addicting to watch as well. There'll be a link in the description to the channel, so make sure to come and visit us. Or you can go to our latest video popping up on screen right now. Oh, and have you visited thefinestpost.com to enjoy the most amazing articles you will ever get to read?